In the midst of our busy, often overwhelming lives, it can feel as if we're constantly battling against stress and uncertainty. However, there exists a path to tranquility amidst the chaos, a way to achieve lasting inner peace, one that has endured for centuries. Picture this. Despite the constant pressures of work, personal challenges, and unforeseen obstacles, you remain unshaken, composed, and at ease. This isn't just a distant hope. It's the essence of Stoicism, a philosophy that equips us with the tools to control our emotions and reactions, leading to a more meaningful life. Today we explore the core of Stoicism, diving into 10 enduring principles that have the power to transform how we navigate life's inevitable highs and lows. These aren't just abstract ideas. They are practical strategies you can apply every day to build resilience and emotional strength. Whether you're facing relationship struggles, feeling overwhelmed by responsibilities, or simply seeking a deeper sense of purpose, Stoic wisdom provides profound insights and actionable steps that can help you thrive. Join me as we delve into these invaluable teachings, from learning how to stay committed to your life's mission to mastering the art of emotional regulation. Each principle serves as a stepping stone toward a life where external circumstances no longer hold the key to your inner peace. By the end of this exploration, you'll be equipped with the knowledge and tools necessary to cultivate a sense of calm and confidence, regardless of life's challenges. Let's begin this transformative journey together and uncover how Stoicism can guide you toward lasting tranquility and true happiness. Principle 1. Clear intentions. Imagine setting out on a vast ocean without a clear destination. You'd be at the mercy of shifting tides and unpredictable winds, drifting aimlessly. This is how life can feel when you lack a strong sense of direction, vulnerable and constantly swayed by external forces. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, emphasized the importance of having clear, resolute goals. He taught that challenges reveal our true character, and the greater the challenge, the more satisfying the triumph when we overcome it. This isn't just a philosophical concept, it's a call to action. When you possess a clear sense of purpose, it's like having a compass to guide you through life's stormy seas. A purpose isn't something that emerges by chance, nor is it a simple short-term goal. It's the product of deep reflection on what truly matters to you. It's about the values, principles, and life mission you commit to, not just about career achievements or personal success, but also the kind of person you want to become. What do you stand for? What are you willing to dedicate your life to? These are the essential questions you must answer to uncover your purpose. Once you've defined your purpose, it becomes a solid foundation, helping you to stand firm in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Rather than being overwhelmed, these obstacles become manageable stepping stones in your journey toward your ultimate objective. The clearer your goals, the smaller the challenges seem. It's as though once your values are well defined, the world around you shrinks and makes your struggles feel more like simple tasks to overcome. Finding a purpose requires honest introspection, and often, it means reevaluating your life's direction. You may need to let go of old habits or embrace new perspectives. This is an ongoing process of self-discovery, where you continuously align yourself with your true values. Once your purpose is defined, the next step is to protect and nurture it with dedication. This requires perseverance and commitment, showing up every day even in difficult times. A firm purpose isn't just about where you end up, it's the guidance you rely on throughout your journey. In Stoicism, this idea becomes a powerful tool. It's not about being at the mercy of life's whims. It's about having the fortitude to remain steady, even when external forces seem overwhelming. Your purpose will serve as an anchor in the storm, and this inner strength, cultivated through Stoic principles, becomes your shield against life's distractions. Think of it as a beacon, a constant light in the dark. With this purpose in mind, you can face any challenge with the confidence that you are headed in the right direction. Principle 2. Protecting your mind. It's natural to feel hurt when someone offends us, and our first instinct might be to retaliate. But here's where Stoicism offers a powerful insight. Our emotions are a direct result of our thoughts and perceptions. This means we have the power to choose how we respond to any situation. Rather than being swept away by offense or anger, we can view it as an opportunity to cultivate patience and self-awareness. Think of this as training for your mind. Each time you resist the impulse to react in anger or frustration, you're strengthening your emotional resilience. Mind control is not an innate skill. It's something that must be practiced consistently. You can start with small, achievable daily goals. For example, practice mindfulness by observing your thoughts without judgment. As you do, you'll find that you build more control over your reactions, developing an increasing sense of calm in the face of adversity. A simple example is that of a baker who spends each day perfecting their craft. The baker doesn't get swayed by excessive praise or harsh criticism. They remain focused on their improvement, unaffected by the external noise. This disciplined focus on growth rather than reaction is a key Stoic lesson. Protecting your mind is also about being mindful of what you allow into it. Just as you wouldn't let trash accumulate in your home, you shouldn't allow negative influences, toxic people, or harmful media to clutter your thoughts. Surround yourself with positive influences that inspire you and challenge you to grow. Engage with books, conversations, and environments that help you expand your thinking and improve your emotional well-being. The Stoic approach isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about understanding them and responding in a way that aligns with your values. One way to do this is through mindfulness or meditation. By practicing these techniques, you can create a space between the stimulus, such as someone's words or actions, and your response, allowing you to act with purpose rather than reacting impulsively. It's also important to adopt a growth mindset. When faced with obstacles, view them not as threats but as opportunities to develop further. Every challenge you encounter is a chance to strengthen your character. This shift in perspective makes you more resilient and less likely to be influenced by the opinions or actions of others. Remember, safeguarding your mind is a lifelong journey. It's about consistently choosing to focus on what you can control, your thoughts, emotions, and responses. As you build this inner strength, external circumstances will begin to have less power over your peace of mind. Principle 3. Handling criticism. Epictetus taught us that while we can't control how others perceive us or how they act, we can certainly control how we react to their opinions. In today's world, this Stoic lesson is especially relevant, as criticism from others is inevitable. Whether it comes from a colleague, friend, or stranger, criticism can be painful. However, it's important to recognize that how we process and respond to this feedback is entirely within our control. When we receive criticism, the first step is to gain a deep understanding of ourselves. If you are clear about your values, motivations, and the reasons behind your actions, criticism from others becomes less hurtful. When you act in alignment with your principles, external judgments hold less weight. This self-awareness is a crucial protective shield that allows us to move through criticism with resilience and grace. Rather than reacting impulsively, take a pause when faced with criticism. Reflect on whether there is any truth in the feedback, and ask yourself if there's something you can learn from it. Constructive criticism can be a valuable tool for growth, even when it feels uncomfortable. Stoicism doesn't ask us to ignore negative feedback. It asks us to approach it with patience and open-mindedness. We don't have to accept all criticism as valid, but we should be open to hearing it and using it to improve. Additionally, practicing patience and gentleness is essential when dealing with criticism. Patience allows you to maintain composure and avoid defensive reactions. By being gentle in your responses, you maintain a sense of respect and dignity, preserving your relationships even in the face of disagreement. Remember that criticism is often more about the person offering it than it is about you, and they may be acting out of their own insecurities or frustrations. Stoicism encourages us to develop a thicker skin over time. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or disregarding valuable feedback, but rather building resilience against unnecessary negativity. Recognizing that not all criticism is personal can help you detach your self-worth from the judgment of others. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes to filter out what's constructive and disregard the rest. Moreover, constructive dialogue is a powerful way to handle criticism. If the criticism comes from someone you care about, engage in a conversation. Clarify their points and share your perspective calmly. This approach fosters better understanding, strengthens relationships, and promotes mutual respect. The ability to handle criticism gracefully not only helps you grow but also sets an example for others, showcasing the Stoic values of patience, resilience, and emotional maturity. Principle 4. Transforming offense. Epictetus famously taught that it is not the events themselves that disturb us, but our thoughts about those events. When we are offended, it's not the actions or words of others that harm us, but rather the way we interpret and react to them. This realization shifts the power away from external events and places it within our control. We choose how much weight we give to an offense and how it affects our inner peace. Transforming offense doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring our feelings. It's natural to feel hurt, angry, or upset when we are wronged. Stoicism encourages us to acknowledge these emotions but not to let them dictate our actions or responses. There is a space between stimulus and reaction, and in that space lies our power to choose how we respond. One effective way to transform an offense is by practicing cognitive reframing. This means changing your perspective on the situation. Instead of focusing solely on the negative impact of the offense, try to view it from a different angle. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? This shift in perspective can allow you to gain insight and personal growth from what initially felt like a personal attack. For example, if a colleague criticizes you, instead of taking it personally, ask yourself if there's any truth in their feedback or if it's simply their perspective. This reframe helps you take control of the situation and turn it into a learning opportunity. Stoicism also teaches the power of empathy. When you're offended, it can help to step into the shoes of the person who caused the offense. What might they be going through that led them to act this way? While this doesn't excuse harmful behavior, it can help you respond with compassion instead of anger. Understanding the struggles of others can deepen your emotional intelligence and foster a more peaceful mindset. Another powerful practice in transforming offense is forgiveness. Holding on to resentment and anger only harms you. As the Stoics remind us, forgiving doesn't mean condoning the offense. It means freeing yourself from the emotional burden it places on you. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, allowing you to move forward with peace. The more you practice forgiveness, the more you will find that offenses have less power over you, and your emotional well-being will become less dependent on the actions of others. Lastly, Stoicism teaches that challenges, including offenses, are an opportunity for growth. Each time you face an offense, you have the chance to practice emotional resilience and strength. Just as muscles grow stronger through resistance, your character strengthens through facing and transforming offenses. The more you practice this, the more naturally it will come, until eventually external events will have little to no impact on your inner peace. Principle 5. Overcoming fear and shame. Epictetus pointed out a profound insight. The meaning we assign to events is what gives rise to emotions like fear and shame. These emotions are not inherent in the events themselves but are created by our interpretations. Once we recognize this, we can begin to change how we perceive and respond to fear and shame. Fear often arises when we face the unknown or when we anticipate negative outcomes. It's a natural response designed to protect us, but when unchecked, it can become paralyzing. Stoicism teaches us to face our fears directly. Rather than avoiding what scares us, we should confront it head-on. Ask yourself, what exactly am I afraid of? Break it down into manageable parts. Often, by simply analyzing the fear, you'll realize that it holds less power than it initially seemed to. For example, imagine the fear of public speaking. Many people fear being judged or making mistakes. But when we examine this fear, we realize that the audience is not there to judge us harshly. They are there to listen and learn. Even if we make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Every speaker stumbles at some point. By acknowledging the fear and preparing for it, we can gradually build confidence. Each time we face our fear, it becomes more manageable, and over time, it loses its grip on us. Shame, on the other hand, often stems from societal expectations or personal failures. It can make us feel unworthy or flawed, holding us back from embracing our true selves. Stoicism encourages us to confront shame with self-compassion and courage. It's about accepting our imperfections and learning from our experiences rather than allowing our mistakes to define us. If you feel ashamed of a past error, instead of allowing the shame to fester, face it directly. Reflect on what happened, understand why it occurred, and learn from it. This process of reflection allows us to transform shame into a valuable lesson rather than a source of self-loathing. One essential tool in overcoming fear and shame is self-forgiveness. Holding on to these emotions keeps us stuck in a cycle of self-criticism. Forgiving ourselves allows us to release that burden and move forward. This doesn't mean excusing our mistakes, but it means acknowledging them, learning from them, and then letting them go. It's a crucial step toward healing and growth. Stoicism also teaches us that overcoming fear and shame is a gradual process. Start small by facing fears or uncomfortable situations in manageable doses. Each time you face a fear or overcome shame, you build resilience. Over time, you'll find that the things that once terrified you no longer have the same hold on you. This journey also involves seeking support from others. Talk to trusted friends, mentors, or colleagues about your fears or feelings of shame. Often, you'll find that others have faced similar challenges and can offer valuable perspectives and encouragement. Sharing your struggles can lighten the load and remind you that you're not alone in your journey. Principle 6. Anticipating obstacles. Epictetus advised that by anticipating the obstacles we might face, we can prepare ourselves to confront them calmly and with purpose. This is not about being pessimistic or expecting the worst, but rather about being realistic and mentally ready for challenges. Life is full of unpredictability, and by preparing for potential difficulties, we can better manage them when they arise. One effective Stoic practice is the premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This technique involves imagining possible obstacles and considering how you would handle them. For example, before an important meeting, you might envision potential challenges, technical issues, difficult questions, or personal nervousness. By mentally rehearsing how you'll respond to these situations, you can reduce the shock and stress when they actually occur. This exercise isn't about dwelling on negative outcomes but about strengthening your resilience. When you anticipate challenges in advance, you're less likely to be thrown off balance when they arise. You develop the ability to stay calm, adapt, and problem-solve effectively, which is a hallmark of Stoic wisdom. This practice helps you become more flexible and less rigid in your expectations, fostering a sense of control over the unknown. Anticipating obstacles also means accepting that not everything will go according to plan. Life is filled with unpredictability, and things often don't unfold the way we expect. Stoicism teaches us to embrace this uncertainty rather than resist it. By anticipating that setbacks are inevitable, you can navigate through them with grace and patience. This mindset shift enables you to remain adaptable, reducing frustration when things don't go as expected. Another aspect of anticipating obstacles is to balance your perspective. While it's essential to think ahead and prepare for challenges, it's equally important to acknowledge your strengths. Recognize the resources, skills, and support systems you have that will help you overcome difficulties. This balanced approach ensures that you're prepared without becoming overly anxious or fearful. By focusing on your strengths and abilities, you empower yourself to face challenges with confidence. This practice of anticipating obstacles builds perseverance. It helps you realize that obstacles are part of the journey, not roadblocks that stop you in your tracks. In Stoic philosophy, every challenge is an opportunity to grow and become stronger. By preparing for challenges and viewing them as chances to build resilience, you can maintain your focus and persistence even when things get tough. Regular reflection also enhances your ability to anticipate obstacles. Reflecting on past experiences allows you to learn from your mistakes and successes. What obstacles have you faced before, and how did you overcome them? What strategies worked and which ones could be improved? By examining your past, you can better prepare for the future and refine your approach to overcoming challenges. Mindfulness practices can also help you anticipate and manage obstacles. Being mindful allows you to stay present and recognize potential difficulties early on. When you are aware of your emotions and thoughts, you can take proactive steps to address challenges before they escalate. Mindfulness enhances your emotional regulation, ensuring that you can handle stressful situations with clarity and composure. Principle 7. Inner strength and response. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters." This simple yet profound truth captures the essence of Stoic philosophy. The power we have in life lies not in altering external circumstances, but in mastering our internal responses. It is our reactions to events, rather than the events themselves, that define us. When faced with challenges, whether it's harsh criticism from a loved one or an unexpected setback, our true strength lies in how we choose to respond. This choice shapes our character and our life's trajectory. Stoicism teaches us that the ability to remain grounded in the face of adversity is a skill that can be developed through deliberate practice. Building inner strength begins with self-awareness. By recognizing your emotions without letting them overwhelm you, you gain control over how you react. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather understanding their root causes and choosing how to act in accordance with your values. When you can observe your emotions rather than be swept away by them, you create space for a more thoughtful, reasoned response. An essential component of inner strength is distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. We cannot control the actions of others or the events that unfold around us, but we can control our attitudes and responses. This understanding allows us to focus our energy on what truly matters, while letting go of the need to change or control things beyond our reach. By concentrating on our own actions and attitudes, we reduce unnecessary stress and maintain a sense of peace. Forgiveness also plays a critical role in cultivating inner strength. Holding on to resentment and grudges only drains us of energy and clouds our judgment. Stoicism teaches that by forgiving, we release the emotional burden that negative experiences place on us. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful actions, but rather freeing ourselves from the control that those actions have over our emotions. By letting go of bitterness, we open the door to healing and growth. Stoicism also encourages resilience, viewing setbacks not as failures but as opportunities for growth. Every challenge we face is a chance to build our emotional endurance and become more adaptable. Life is full of fluctuations, but each difficulty we overcome strengthens our character. Over time, resilience becomes a core aspect of our inner strength, enabling us to handle whatever life throws at us with grace and confidence. Another important factor in building inner strength is surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people. Stoicism doesn't ask us to rely solely on our own strength. It acknowledges the importance of community. Engaging with like-minded individuals who uplift and challenge us fosters emotional resilience. Strong relationships, built on mutual respect and shared values, provide a foundation for our personal growth. Gratitude is another powerful tool for strengthening inner resolve. When we focus on what we have, rather than what we lack, we shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude fosters a positive outlook, even in difficult times, helping us stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. By regularly practicing gratitude, we build a foundation of emotional resilience that helps us face life's challenges with a sense of purpose. Finally, embracing vulnerability is a key component of inner strength. Recognizing and accepting our fears, insecurities, and imperfections doesn't make us weak. It makes us human. By confronting these vulnerabilities with compassion and courage, we turn them into sources of strength. Self-acceptance, a cornerstone of Stoic practice, allows us to navigate life authentically, unburdened by the need for external validation. Principle 8. Restraining Actions. Stoicism doesn't advocate suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it encourages acknowledging your feelings but preventing them from driving your actions impulsively. This practice of creating space between stimulus and response is key to mastering self-control and acting thoughtfully. The ability to pause, reflect, and choose the most appropriate course of action is a powerful tool for personal growth and peaceful living. Consider, for example, the experience of driving in heavy traffic. If another driver cuts you off, your immediate reaction might be to feel anger or frustration. Stoicism encourages you to take a step back in those moments. Will reacting with anger or frustration improve the situation? Most likely not. By choosing to remain calm, you not only maintain control over your emotions, but you also transform a stressful situation into one where you maintain peace and composure. This principle of restraint extends to how we manage desires and impulses. In today's fast-paced world, We often seek immediate gratification and try to avoid discomfort. Stoicism, however, teaches the importance of patience and perseverance. By learning to delay gratification, we can build discipline and focus on long-term goals rather than short-term pleasures. This approach helps us stay true to our values and pursue what's truly important. Self-restraint also applies to how we communicate with others. In moments of heated discussions or disagreements, it's easy to let our emotions dictate our words. Stoicism teaches us to exercise restraint in our speech. Before reacting or speaking, we should pause and consider: are our words helpful? Do they reflect our core values? By speaking with intention and mindfulness, we create stronger, more respectful relationships. The practice of self-restraint requires self-awareness and discipline. It's about understanding your impulses and choosing not to act on them immediately. For example, if you struggle with procrastination, you can cultivate restraint by creating a structured schedule that encourages productivity. If you feel overwhelmed by anger, you can practice relaxation techniques that help you stay calm. Over time, these efforts contribute to greater emotional regulation and decision-making that aligns with your values. Additionally, Stoicism stresses that we should act according to reason rather than impulse. This means that instead of making rash decisions, we take the time to assess situations thoughtfully and consider their long-term consequences. Whether at work or in personal relationships, making decisions based on careful thought leads to better outcomes and a more deliberate life. Self-restraint isn't about avoiding action altogether. It's about being intentional in our actions. It's about being aware of the consequences of our choices and making decisions that are aligned with our higher goals. By practicing restraint, we become more effective in achieving our objectives, maintaining inner peace, and fostering harmonious relationships with others. To strengthen your ability to restrain actions, regular self-reflection is vital. Take the time each day to review your behaviors and decisions. Did you act in line with your values, or were there moments where your impulses got the best of you? Reflecting on these moments helps you grow and make better choices in the future. Mindfulness practices such as meditation or deep breathing can also support this principle. By staying present and aware, you can recognize when impulses arise and choose to respond in a way that is consistent with your goals. Whether through journaling, meditation, or mindfulness exercises, integrating these practices into your daily routine will enhance your ability to act with purpose and restraint. Principle 9. The power of acceptance. Acceptance is one of the most fundamental Stoic principles, and it's the first step toward effective action. When we resist reality, when we refuse to accept things as they are, we waste valuable energy and unnecessary suffering follows. Take, for instance, the experience of losing a job. It's natural to feel upset and anxious about the future. But by accepting the situation as it is, you free yourself from the emotional turmoil of resistance, and you can direct your energy toward taking practical steps forward, whether updating your resume, networking, or exploring new career paths. This proactive mindset is key to overcoming challenges with grace. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to fate. Instead, it's about recognizing the reality of the situation and choosing to act from a place of calm and clarity. It's about saying, "This is where I am right now, and I can move forward from here." One way to cultivate acceptance is through mindfulness and meditation practices. These techniques help you stay present and observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Over time, practicing mindfulness can help you embrace the present moment, imperfections and all, rather than resisting it. When you accept each moment as it comes, you build a foundation of inner peace that allows you to navigate life's challenges with resilience. Another aspect of acceptance is letting go of the desire for perfection. Many of us set unrealistic expectations for ourselves, striving for perfection in our careers, relationships, and personal endeavors. However, this pursuit of flawlessness can lead to stress, frustration, and dissatisfaction. Stoicism teaches us to accept that perfection is an unattainable ideal. By embracing imperfections, we can focus on progress rather than perfection. This mindset shift allows us to appreciate the journey and the lessons learned along the way, rather than being bogged down by unattainable standards. Gratitude is a powerful tool that reinforces the practice of acceptance. When we focus on what we have, rather than what we lack, we begin to shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude helps us see the good in our lives even during difficult times. It shifts our attention from complaints to appreciation, enabling us to embrace life as it is with all its ups and downs. By practicing gratitude regularly, you can strengthen your ability to accept life's challenges with a positive attitude. Acceptance also applies to our relationships with others. We often have expectations of how people should behave, and when they don't meet these expectations, we feel frustrated or disappointed. Stoicism teaches us to accept others as they are, with all their strengths and flaws. This doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior, but rather understanding that everyone is on their own journey. By practicing empathy and compassion, we can create more harmonious relationships and reduce the stress that comes from unrealistic expectations. When we practice acceptance, we let go of resistance and allow life to flow as it is. This doesn't mean we give up or stop striving for improvement. Rather, acceptance enables us to navigate life's challenges with grace, focus on what we can control, and respond to obstacles with calmness and clarity. Ultimately, acceptance helps us cultivate a deeper sense of peace and contentment, no matter what life throws our way. Principle 10. Living according to nature. Living according to nature is a core tenet of Stoic philosophy, and it's one of the most profound principles for achieving a balanced, fulfilling life. For the Stoics, living in harmony with nature means recognizing our place in the world and aligning our actions with both our rational and social natures. It's about living authentically and embracing the natural flow of life. At the heart of this principle is self-awareness. To live according to nature, we first need to understand who we truly are, our strengths, weaknesses, values, and purpose. This requires introspection and reflection. By understanding our own nature, we can make choices that are true to ourselves, rather than simply conforming to societal pressures or external expectations. In a world full of distractions and noise, living authentically allows us to focus on what truly matters. Living according to nature also means accepting the natural cycles of life. Just as the seasons change, our lives go through different phases: growth, stability, decline, and renewal. Stoicism teaches us to embrace these transitions with grace and resilience. Instead of resisting the changes that come with aging, loss, or new challenges, we learn to flow with them. By accepting the inevitability of change, we free ourselves from unnecessary struggle and find peace in life's natural rhythms. Furthermore, living in accordance with nature involves cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues guide our decisions and help us navigate life's difficulties with clarity and integrity. Wisdom helps us see things as they truly are, enabling us to make informed choices. Courage gives us the strength to face adversity without fear. Justice ensures that we treat others with fairness and honor. Temperance helps us maintain balance and self-control, preventing us from being swayed by excessive desires or impulses. By practicing these virtues, we align our actions with the natural order of things. Stoicism also teaches us to live in harmony with others. As social beings, we are inherently connected to those around us. To live according to nature means recognizing our interdependence with others and contributing to the greater good. Practicing empathy, cooperation, and kindness fosters positive relationships and creates a supportive environment for all. When we contribute to the well-being of others, we fulfill our social nature and help build a more compassionate and just society. Another aspect of living in accordance with nature is embracing simplicity. In a world dominated by consumerism and material pursuits, it's easy to become distracted by things that ultimately don't bring lasting happiness. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what is truly essential: meaningful relationships, personal growth, and contributing to the world in ways that align with our values. By simplifying our lives and letting go of excess, we can devote more energy to what truly matters. Living according to nature also means being mindful of our impact on the environment. As part of the natural world, we have a responsibility to care for the planet and preserve its resources. Making sustainable choices, reducing waste, and respecting the balance of ecosystems are all ways we can live in harmony with nature. By considering the long-term impact of our actions on the environment, we contribute to the well-being of future generations and honor our place in the natural world. Mindfulness is an essential practice for living according to nature. By staying present and aware, we can make intentional choices that align with our true selves. Mindfulness helps us connect with our inner nature and the world around us, fostering a deeper understanding of life's impermanence and beauty. Whether through meditation, deep breathing, or mindful observation, these practices encourage us to slow down, reflect, and act with purpose. In summary, living according to nature is about embracing authenticity, accepting life's natural cycles, cultivating virtues, and contributing to the well-being of others. It's a way of life that promotes inner peace, resilience, and harmony with the world. By aligning our actions with the natural flow of life, we can achieve true fulfillment and live in accordance with our highest values. Embracing the Stoic path. As we come to the end of this exploration into the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, it's clear that these principles are not mere abstract concepts. They are powerful tools that can reshape the way we experience life. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we learn to shift our focus from external circumstances to our inner world, where true control lies. Through deliberate practice and reflection, we can develop the resilience, calm, and clarity needed to navigate the complexities of life with grace. The journey of Stoicism is one of continuous self-discovery and improvement. It encourages us to examine our beliefs, emotions, and reactions, and to align our actions with our highest values. It teaches us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, to respond to criticism with maturity, and to transform offense and adversity into moments of personal strength. Stoicism also invites us to cultivate deep inner strength, to master our emotions, and to make choices based on reason, not impulse. By living in accordance with nature, we not only find harmony within ourselves but also contribute to the well-being of those around us. The virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance guide us in making ethical decisions and living a life that is authentic and meaningful. Through mindfulness and reflection, we remain connected to our true nature and aligned with the rhythms of the universe. As you embark on your own journey with Stoicism, remember that these principles are not meant to be learned once and then forgotten. They are practices that require consistent effort, daily reflection, and a commitment to growth. The more you integrate these teachings into your life, the more you'll find yourself living with greater purpose, peace, and resilience. In the face of life's inevitable ups and downs, Stoicism provides a foundation of unshakable tranquility. It reminds us that while we cannot control the world around us, we can control how we respond to it. By cultivating inner strength, clarity, and acceptance, we can face any challenge with confidence, knowing that we are always in charge of our reactions and our path forward. So, as you move forward in life, carry the wisdom of Stoicism with you. Let it be a guiding light in moments of darkness and a steady hand when you're tempted to drift. By living according to Stoic principles, you'll find yourself not only weathering the storms of life but thriving in them, embracing each challenge as an opportunity to grow and live more fully. If you found this journey through Stoic wisdom enlightening and empowering, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join the Equanimous Life community. By subscribing, you'll gain access to more insights, practical tips, and philosophical teachings that can help you cultivate inner peace and resilience in your everyday life. Stay grounded, stay focused, and let's embrace the path to true tranquility together. Subscribe now and be part of the Equanimous Life movement.